14, presented by Marvel Contest of Champions from Kabam. I'm Ryan Panagos, aka Marvel's Agent M, joined by...
I am Blake Garris, and we are joined by... Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm TJ Miller, and I play Fred in Big Hero 6.
I'm Jamie Chung, and I play Go-Go.
And I'm Génesis Rodríguez, and I play Honey Lemon.
And you just came back from the panel at New York Comic Con, right? How'd it go?
Oh, it was awesome.
I mean, amazing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They loved it. Thank God.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's so rewarding when the audience leaves so happy and so excited. You know, that's what it's all about.
I think, yeah, I don't know if we can curse on here.
No, let's not.
You can't, but somebody actually, after one of the clips, yelled holy, and then what the word that usually comes after that.
Bunnies?
But like audibly, yeah, holy. Holy holes, Batman. No, yell like audibly, but you could tell that this girl didn't even realize that she was so blown away that she was saying that out loud. It was like supposed to be in her head. But that's the level of, you can't believe the action, the sentimentality of it.
Comedy.
It's what Disney calls the heart. The comedy is really, really funny, you know?
You're
it's
hilarious
all blended
in this.
so well. I just say some pretty silly things, including Mi casa is French for the front door.
Hey, so have y'all ever met before?
No.
Or
You and I have never met, and I don't think
No,
we've met either.
we met at a dinner last night, 2 nights ago?
Yeah, two nights ago.
So that's the weird thing is we'll be in these voiceover booths alone and just like kind of imagining. I mean, when they do ADR, I guess we get to hear each other,
Yeah.
but for the most part, you're kind of doing it in a vacuum just for the producers and the directors. And then, you know, that's why it's so weird to meet you guys and then see the characters interacting for the first time. It's pretty amazing. It's really exciting.
and I assume you have been at a couple cons before with some of your previous stuff. Have you guys been to San Diego or New York before?
Have you been there?
I've been to San Diego a couple times. It's always such a ride, but it's great to be in New York. I mean, this is massive.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like this from the outside.
It looks very organized too, as opposed to San Diego.
Where it's
Yeah.
just pure chaos.
Or,
Like people are throwing knives and swords and...
Yeah.
or the Akron, Ohio Comic Con, which is just in some guy's garage. And it's about 5 or 6 other people. I've never been to a Comic Con.
Really?
Ever.
Oh,
And
wow.
so this is melting my mind. And I kind of, there they are. And I kind of like, I expected there to, I guess, maybe be more people dressed up, but I didn't expect there to be this many people. And there's so much stuff. I mean, you know, we came backstage afterwards and George Clooney's just like hanging out, like, great job, guys. That looks like a great movie.
Thanks,
They're like,
George.
we'll take it,
Good to
George.
see ya.
You loony
happens,
Clooney. That's what I call him.
Yeah.
He didn't hear me.
Would you ever
Oh,
like
man.
walk the floor? I guess you can't now since Big Hero 6 is such a big deal, but would you put on a mask and kind of roam around?
I mean, yeah, you know, I was in Yogi Bear 3D, which is also sort of a triumph
big
in
deal.
talking bear comedies, and my performance was a tour de force. It's not really a funny thing. But you know, I think I think this is a place where we can get mobbed, but it's also fun. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's sort of fun to, once you're exhausted, you've got to get off the floor. But it's fun to have people come up and be fans, and that's so much what this is about. And then they get a story. They get to go home and be like, I met TJ Miller, and people are like, who's that? And they're like, I don't know.
Do you guys realize how long people hang out and wait to get into these giant panels? And I think you guys were in the biggest room, and people can stay there the entire day, which is nuts to me. It's like the dedication that these fans have for these events and seeing you guys. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there for how many hours? 8 hours or something? And then Scott Adsit, who plays Baymax, he said, I've never been he's come to these Comic-Cons in New York for years and years. He said, I've never been able to get into this room. He said, so I admire all of you for being able to wait and be patient and stand in line and have that dedication. It's exactly what you're saying. And the thing that I think is great about this movie being here and the people getting to see it is that it's Marvel and it's Disney. So it's these two powerhouse, you know, studios with, you know, die-hard fans, people that have been fans since they were kids. You know, since they were like 6, 7, 8 years old, people start reading comics and watching Disney.
I was going to say, I think we scooped the Disney Studios Twitter feed because you mentioned Clooney before they did, and we busted their surprise. So
Yep.
take that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We scoop him out.
I love it.
You just see a Mickey Mouse hand come and just like grab me and take me off camera.
What can you tell us about Big Hero 6 without getting us in trouble with Disney?
Nothing.
Oh, great.
It's a action, comedy, adventure movie with the heart of Disney. It's unlike any Disney movie I think I've ever
Yeah.
seen. I think it's a groundbreaking kind of a Disney
I
film.
mean, just visually, like the first 10-minute intro, you're kind of just blown away with this world that they were able to create. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I think that's so right. It's unlike any Disney film, and it's also kind of unlike any animated film I've ever seen because it does mix so many different, so many different things. They have the action, the comedy, but they deal with loss like Disney, has been able to do in the past, like no other studio. But one of the great things is in this one, the characters, it's not just silence and the iconography of death and loss. They actually talk to each other. Characters interact and talk about grief and loss, and that's a new frontier, I think, even for Disney. And I'm especially excited about it. Most of my work as a stand-up right now is kind of talking about how we don't talk about death, and then to be in this movie and they ascend to those heights, but then also let this weirdo say the strangest things I've ever heard in a movie, is really, really a testament to how masterful they are as an entertainment giant.
We're almost wrapped up with you guys. We're going to have more Big Hero 6 action here on Marvel Live. There have been some tweets coming in. Soham Apte says, oh man, I'm so hyped for Big Hero 6. It's going to be awesome. So it's really cool to see the Marvel fans behind this.
Yeah.
Really excited.
Right on.
And if we can answer this quickly, Rafael Martinez wants to know, is it difficult to play just the voice of a character? Like, how do you get in that space as opposed to,
I think it was so difficult. Honey Lemon was an extremely positive person all the
And
time.
you changed your voice kind of for it. You really did a character voice.
She took a lot of energy, that's
Yeah.
for sure. So it was hard, but it was fun.
cool?
And it's certainly a marathon staying in a booth and doing these lines over and over again, but my character's super dry. So, I think I'm a warm person, but they're like, no, can you do it? Can you do it again, but not so nice. So that was the lesson I learned.
I've done a lot of voiceover for How to Train Your Dragon. I work for Disney on Gravity Falls, and I do a lot of commercial work. So I'm used to it. But the challenge is all you have is your voice. So you've got to really, really figure out how to do the comedy with just your voice. And usually I just use this weird face.
I know that face.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thanks so much, guys. We really
Awesome.
appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Have a
Thanks for
blast
having me.
and try to enjoy this. It's pretty great. Guys, we'll be back real soon.